and grayling, they also need clean water.
Absolutely, and again, one of those very, very sensitive species, and amongst many desirable and wonderful species of fish that we have.
And if you're a trout fisher, the season ends September the 30th, you can then go and fish for the grayling, and the grayling offers wonderful sport for the fly fisher during the autumn and the winter.
That's right, and it's managing our rivers and having the habitat there that is good for trout and for grayling is a wonderful thing. And you're putting a little bit back into the rivers, and the rivers give back to you an awful lot of pleasure in the sport that we get from the various game fish species that we have in the British Isles.
Let's take a look and see what food items we've got in our river ribble for the trout to eat.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just kicking up the bottom here, loosening the gravel and working in patches and moving up the river, just trying to sample the different types of riverbed that we have to see what we've got living in there. So I'm trying to really capture the different sizes of cobbles and gravel and all the little variety of niches that all the different species need, because everything that lives here needs a slightly different kind of habitat. And that's another reason why having managing the habitat to produce this diversity produces a nice solid food web base that's going to go towards supporting our nice wild fish populations.
Where did you learn about the aquatic environment?
Well, I've been fishing since I was about 7 years of age, and I started in coarse fishing, and then from the age of about 12, 13 onwards, I began to get more and more involved with fly fishing, and that's gradually taken over. And that took me towards my career in the academic world, really, working on freshwater ecosystems, particularly with invertebrates, until last year, after a 5-year research programme at the University of Sheffield, which was involved with aquatic invertebrates. I saw the job advertised for the urban river restoration project with the Wild Trout Trust, and I was fortunate enough, after applying, to get the job there and actually work alongside the rest of the conservation team. So we'll just take this back to shore now and have a look what we've got in our little haul.
Try and knock the fall over and drop the microphone as well.
So we've got the stuff back on the bank now. I've just collected a couple of rocks as well as the material that's in the net. And I'm just sifting through some of this material, putting it into a white tray, so that's a nice light background that we can see the beasts that we've sampled. And already we can see quite a diversity of things. We've got a small minnow there as well. Immediately I can see some blue-winged olive nymphs. There's quite a few small gammarus. There's some olive nymphs, some baited, the agile darters, and there's some free-swimming caddis, hydropsyche. We are getting quite a lot of this filamentous algae, which is fairly typical of rivers in summer that run through agricultural areas. And have some nutrient enrichment. And there are one or two leeches and things in here as well, which you tend to find in all rivers. But there are indications that there is a little bit of elevated nutrient status here, and this is one of the things. Oh, we've got this nice stonefly nymph there. So we've got a pretty diverse mixed bag. So it's showing a river that's in pretty good health. And this is just from a few minutes worth of sampling. We've got a good variety of sensitive species that wouldn't be here if there was a gross pollution problem in terms of the water quality.
What are the creepy crawlies that we got on the big rock?
There's quite a few cases of what they call the reed smut, which are simulids, and they actually filter feed. They need the strong flow in the faster flowing riffles that we have here. To get their food. And also there's small stone igloos that the free-swimming caseless caddis, they build a small case on the rock that they can retreat into. And again, these guys actually spin a silk net on their forelegs, and they filter feed using that net, and then they consume the whole net and any of the detritus that they've actually accumulated there. And again, there's an indication that there's a reasonable amount of suspended material in the flow. Sometimes when you get very, very high populations of this particular species of caddis. I mean, that can indicate as well that there's a little bit of agricultural enrichment and fine particulate material as well. But overall, I mean, it's looking in fairly good health, the sample that we've just taken.
Dr. Paul Gaskell of the Wild Trout Trust. And we've come to the end of another At the Water's Edge programme on BBC Radio Lancashire with me, Martin James. Tight line to you all, and bye for now.